to preface all of this by saying that I am not the perfect mom. I don't have it all figured out. I am figuring this out each and every step of the way, just like you guys are. And I just have to get curious with myself and with my situation and see, is this behavior, attitude, or thought process still serving me, still serving my family in this new season of our life? I really believe that every mama can thrive in motherhood. I wanted to do a little sit-down video this week talking about a comment I received on my TikTok. If you don't follow me there, I am over on TikTok at Sky Corky, same name as this channel, and you can find me under the same name over on Instagram. This comment that I got this week, and yes, I am outside folding laundry. If you guys don't do that, seriously, it is such a comment that I got this week. And yes, I am outside folding laundry. If you guys don't do that, seriously, it is such a mental health hack for mamas. Like, you can just watch your kids be outside, play, get your chores still done so you're not constantly thinking about them, and enjoy the weather outside. Highly recommend. But this comment that I had gotten was talking about how they were about to be a first-time mama and they felt so alone. And I understand that so much. When I had my first son, it was in the heart of the pandemic. He was born April of 2022, and I remember being at the hospital. I was done with my labor, I had this newborn, and my husband had to go home. I was a first-time mom. I didn't know what the heck I was doing. I mean, what first-time mom really does? And I just remember crying as they wheeled me off with my new baby, and my husband had to go, and I had to be alone for 3 days in the hospital. And then just recovery from that after my husband had to go was just such a mental health thing. And then coming back home and not knowing what to do, and being in a different state and not really knowing anyone in the state that we were in. We had moved a year before I had gotten pregnant, and so we had a couple of friends, but just not the community that I wish that we had. So it was a lot of big changes, what felt like back to back to back, which feels like life. And I felt alone. I really wanted and craved community. I wanted somebody to go to and ask for advice. I wanted people to be able to come over and help out with the baby and help out with, just being able to even hang out with somebody. And because it was the middle of the pandemic, and because I was a new mom and I had a newborn baby, I became really anxious and almost paranoid. I did not want to get sick, didn't want my family to get sick, and I just took precautions. I really became isolated during this time, and it had a dramatic impact on my mental health. It had a dramatic impact on the way that I would continue to mother for the years to come, and something that I am still slowly recovering from. Read that comment on my TikTok, triggered a lot for me. It triggered those memories of having my first son and feeling so isolated and feeling so alone and feeling so powerless, because I really didn't feel like there was anything that I could do to change my situation. And now that's not true today. I still do battle back and forth with making the choices that empower me and serve me and support me in my motherhood journey, because I know what it feels like to not have that. And so my heart goes out to the mother that left that comment, but I know that she's not the only one. I know that there are so many more of us out there struggling with this. And one of the main reasons that I started this channel was because of that feeling, because there are too many mamas, especially stay-at-home mamas, that can easily feel so alone and so under-supported or underappreciated, and it can lead to feelings of resentment or guilt or shame. And we always feel like our heads are just bobbling below the water, like we're struggling to catch up. We're struggling to find ourselves or feeling like we've lost ourselves in motherhood. And I have also dealt with all of those emotions, but I also want to be that light and that motivation and inspiration for you, for my past self and my future self, because that's not the way that it has to continue to be. It doesn't have to stay that way. Today I look at my life and it's still not perfect, it's still not ideal, but I have grown so much as a mama and so much as a person, and that is because I was willing to look at the thoughts that I was having. I was willing to look at our life situation and make changes. We all deserve to be supported, and that starts with supporting ourselves and finding whether it be the thoughts or the routines or the village that supports us and can come together and recreate our lives and build up our lives in the ways that are going to make us feel as though we are thriving. Because not just you have to feel stuck and buried and barely moving forward. You can thrive, you can do all of the things that you want to do. Nothing is holding you back. Your kids are not holding you back. You better not be holding yourself back. There is so much that you can accomplish in motherhood. And I just want to be that model for myself, for my boys, for you guys, because we can all do this together. We can all create this community, especially right here on YouTube, where we can talk to each other in the comments, and I want you to feel safe to share there. This is a safe space to share, to vent, to support each other, to ask for help. One of my passions for even creating this channel is to help mamas have that community. I watched so many other motherhood vloggers, and they were really the start of my journey and understanding even what to do as a mama, how to become a homemaker, the steps that I needed to take to get myself out of the hole that I was in. And I want to be able to support you in doing the same thing, because I had the dream of starting this channel, of working from home, of having a beautiful home, of having a wonderful life, of like really just at the bottom line enjoying my life. And I had all these little ideas of how I wanted to get there, and I am getting there. Like, I am working on it. It is possible, and really just go on and on. And I know that everybody's situation and different, and I hope that none of what I am saying here makes you feel less than, or like there's something that you're not doing, because all of our growth journeys happen at different times. I didn't overnight feel motivated. I didn't overnight want to even start wanting to improve and better myself. It took a long time. There was definitely a period of time where I was in denial. I knew that there were triggers in my past and stories I was telling myself that really needed a deep look and a lot of healing, and I was fortunate enough to find that support, to find that help, to find those teachers to help me move through the hardest part of my life. I mean, starting my motherhood journey is the hardest season of my life, but I am so grateful for it, and I would not change it for the world. Not just because of the family that I've created. I know that that's a big focus when it comes to talking about motherhood, is the family that you create and just the joy that being a mama brings. So never felt more confident in myself. I have never felt more sure of who I am as an individual. I have never been more clear on my goals and my plan for the future since starting this journey as well. So for those moms who feel like they got lost in motherhood, I want you to know that it's also possible to find yourself through motherhood. Not just who you are as a mom and the kind of mom you want to be, but who you are as an individual and who you want to be going forward, and your big plan for the future. You can also find that version of yourself through motherhood as well. I know it sounds counterintuitive, but trust me, it's a beautiful thing when you do find it and you do understand it and you grow to choose the most messy, freaking action, because it's action that is moving you forward, action that is aligning with who you want to be. My favorite teachers is a huge believer in identity, and I believe this too. It's not just I feel motivated, I feel like growing, I feel like being a better mother today, or the opposite of that. Like I feel so sad and so down, or I feel like I can't accomplish anything. I feel like the weight of the world is weighing on my shoulders. Feelings are messengers. They're here to give us a little bit of information, and what we do with that information determines who we are. And all of that is a choice to listen to our feelings, a choice to listen to the messages that they deliver, and a choice to alchemize that into who we choose to be, into who we choose to claim I am. So grateful for this journey and for all of you who are along this journey with me and just figuring out who we are through the messiness of life. And I just want to welcome you into this community. I want to just say that I am so freaking happy that you are here, that you are choosing to be a mother, that you are choosing to take up this mantle and create the version of yourself that you deserve to be, the version of yourself that your inner child needed when they were younger, the version of you that is going to create that future vision that you have for your family, for yourself, for your career, whatever it may be. I'm just so honored that you're here on this journey with me, and I cannot wait to hear your story. Seriously, in the comments below, I really want to hear your name, your story, where you're from, and where you're going. I am so thankful to you. I am so thankful for you taking the time out of your insanely busy day to be here and to watch this and to figure all of this messiness out with me. We are going to have so much fun. It is going to be a wild ride, and this is only the start for me, for you, for us, and our community, and I just cannot wait to see where this next year alone takes us, and to see who we are today and who we'll be in a year from now and where we'll be. Have a good rest of your day, mamas. I'll see you again next week.